Welcome. Today will show you how you can install Strava on your WearOS. So I'm using a OPPO watch 46mm that was released in like 2020. And I think this was probably the last versions or last watches that were released with the still like old version of Android WearOS. And nowadays we have a newer version of it, which is supported basically by all the new versions, updatable and all that stuff, which money well spent, I guess, but whatever. And the watch still works. It still has access to Google services and all that stuff, but for some stupid effing reason, we cannot access apps that have been updated over this version. Because F you might as well just go buy a new watch, right? You crap money everywhere. So I will show you how you can just don't care about that and install the application anyway. Now this will be using a older version of the application, which now that I think about it might actually not work with every app that would be updated over the time. Some apps could probably give you a problem that you're using an outdated version of it, though I know for a fact Strava is not one of them. Considering also, if you read anywhere, if you have an old version of Strava on your watch because it cannot use any newer ones, you can still use it freely, but you can just no longer download it from the store. Go figure. So anyway, now this will be a little bit of a kind of messy video probably, so bear with me. Hopefully I can show this to you in a relatively easy to digest way and quick one as well. So there is a couple things that we need to do to prepare our devices. They are plugged into charging. That's not necessary. They're just both kind of low on battery, so that's the only reason. So anyway, we're gonna start off with the watch. So on the watch, you will want to navigate into your settings, whatever that is, however you access it. Obviously I'm showing the OPPO watch, but it will work with any other Android WearOS watch that is just kind of running an older version of the WearOS, obviously. Because if you, for instance, using something like a Galaxy Watch 5 right now, then this video is completely not for you, to be completely honest, just because you can just navigate into the Play Store there on the watch and download it without any kind of hassle. So this is for everybody else who searches for for instance, like I'm showing Strava, on the store, which I'm actually gonna show you this myself. Nice time. So let's navigate into the store. Come on. There we go. And you can see I already did search for Strava. You can do that again, just so you can see that on the video. Nope, that's incorrect. There we go, Strava. Search. And you can see we get Google Fit. Yeah, very accurate search result right here. Exactly what I was searching for. So yeah, it's not accessible here. I could scroll down further, but take my word, it's not there. So to get started, navigate into your settings. From there, scroll down to System. Scroll down again to About. And then scroll down to Build Number. You will see Build Number somewhere. You want to tap on that 7 times. It will give you then a pop-up that you are now a developer, which once you see this, you're good to go. From there, back out to the main settings page, as you can see, settings. And at the very bottom, you will now see another option called Developer Options. Click on it, and then when you scroll down again here, you'll find ADB debugging. You want to enable this. Confirm. And then you will also need to enable the debug over Wi-Fi. So just toggle it on. Now you can see it does nothing right now. Give it a second and it will give you an IP address in a moment. Just come on. So while this is loading, I'm gonna move over to the phone, where you will need to get a couple more things. This can load up. So on the phone side, we're gonna navigate into our store, and you want to download this application. Now all you really need to search for is ADB, as you can see, and it will show up, at least for me, as a second option. So there you go. And from there, install it, and you don't need to open it just yet, because we will now need to go to a more annoying process, which is finding the app that works with our watch. Now, before I go any further, I'll just mention, once I wake up the device, you can see I now have the IP address visible at the bottom right here. So, oops. So yeah, you can see debugging over Wi-Fi, and we have the IP address. Once you see this, keep the watch on this page. It is important that we keep it on this page. So, now that you have downloaded this whatever mobile ADB USB OTG application, just have it. You don't need to open it up just yet. Navigate into your browser. Now, I'll mention it might be a little bit easier to do this on a computer, meaning searching for the app that you want, but it still can be done on the actual phone. Now, for Strava, the best way that I have found out to search for this application, because if you just search for Strava on, for instance, APK Mirror, you get pages of just versions of them. So each version, you have several pages of it. It's obviously in order of like the newest one to the oldest one, but the one that we need is somewhere smack in the middle of them, which doesn't really help us now, does it? And just to clarify this, all the newer versions do not work on this watch running the Android WearOS without like any kind of markings. So I'll kind of showcase this. I did download already a version of it, I think like the newest one or the second newest version, and you can see later on, once we get to that point, that I am unable to actually install this whatsoever. So I'll point that out once I get to it. But the easiest way to find, for instance, Strava for this watch was to simply search for it. So I did select Strava WearOS APK, and luckily for me it showed up APK Mirror as the first option. And in here, if you scroll down, you will see basically a bunch of these. Now, some of them might be newer ones. I haven't tested out these ones. They are not necessarily named with the newest version. So that is something to keep in mind, I think. Let me quickly check. So the newest ones, yeah, the newest ones have this kind of marking. 178.12 as an example. So these are technically not the newest ones. Now, just for heck's sake, I'm gonna download one of them, the newest one, and we'll see if I can actually install it. But before I actually tap on any of them, I'll mention the one that I know works for a fact is this one. The one that was made in 2017, that's the one that I have installed previously, and it worked fine. It only has like 3 options in the app, but it connects to the app and allows you to use it without any kind of problem. So for my purposes, it works, and that's all I really need. So there we go, that would be the one that I have downloaded, and I already have it in my downloaded files. I also have, I think like 169 point something, which is another one. You will be able to probably see them all in the downloads. But if you're planning to download one that works for certain, at least on, as an example, this watch specifically, then I can tell you this version works fine. Now I will download this just to test it out as well. So this is for Android 11 Plus. Now I'm not exactly sure how well that will work in this case. Probably not very well. But heck, whatever. Let's download it. And as you can see, it's downloading. Now, one thing that you will probably see once you start downloading some of them, which wasn't visible necessarily right here with this download link. You can see right here, some of them will have just this kind of version info, archive, and also DPI. Now, DPI might be important depending on an app that you will try to download. For most part, it says it gives us DPI. I'm just gonna open up the old ones or the new ones. Honestly, not sure how it goes anymore. So here you can see that one of them has a DPI rating, so from 160 to 640 DPI. Now this is basically the density of pixels on your screen. In case of this watch, we're looking at 326 pixels per inch. So it should be just smack in the middle of it, working just fine. But obviously if you have a different watch, you might want to look that up if which one you need. Anyway, now moving on. Just in case, I'm actually gonna download this as well. It's easy to find out if it can be installed or not. And I want to have basically all the versions I can to test out. As you can see, strangely enough, this one says Android 5.0 plus. So I guess we'll figure out which one, if it's gonna work. I'm gonna also quickly check something. Okay. Wanted to see if I got any kind of notifications that I don't want to show. So anyway, I think it just finished downloading. Yep. So all of them are downloaded now. So we can close this. I presumably have our application that we can install. So now we're gonna go into our downloaded app. So this one. You can just open it up. And we will need to connect our device to our watch, or watch to the device, depending on how you look at it. So you will press right here on this kind of plug. This will bring up connect to. For me, it already shows a correct IP, but obviously it will probably not show a correct one for you. As you can see, it's right here. Back to the debugging mode and the the developer options. You'll see it right here. Once you enable it, it should show it up after like a minute or so. So 192, 168, those are always the same, they don't change. Then you have that, and for me it's 88.196. For you, it probably will be different, but that's mine. So you can see I did put it in. And you have the port 5555, it's the same one. You should most likely have the same one. Select connect. Now, on my watch, I did select to always trust this device, so I presumably will not have anything that pops up. In your case, there will be probably a screen that comes up asking you to allow debugging on the watch, and you obviously want to either select allow or always allow. And even though it failed, it connected. Go figure. As long as you have like some bunch of the whatever and the IP address right here, that means you're connected. From here, you want to navigate to the middle tab right here, and you will click on the plus button. First option should be selected, which is select APK file. Click on OK, and this will then take you to the file explorer. You want to navigate wherever your files are located at. Mine are in the downloads folder, which is what it opens up anyway. And you can see we have a bunch of Stravas right here. So we have Strava, this one, the 1.16, which actually looks like it works. And we also have the 10.0.0, which is the one that I tested before. I know for a fact this one works. I'm gonna try this one nowadays, at least on the video. Now, you can also see that the newer versions of Strava, the 1.7.2 and 1.7.8.12, do not work. They're grayed out and literally nothing happens when you try to open them up. So you can clearly see these do not work whatsoever. So that is what I'm going to be using right here, the 1.16. Now, like I also mentioned before, you do want to have the debug, the developer options open on your screen, as I do right now. If you don't, the devices will become disconnected once you close this off. Now that it's done, you can see that the installing just finished. You can go to our home screen, into our apps, and we don't have the app. Okay, so let's try it again. No, wait. I'm still connected, so I'm gonna try to do it once more. So you can kind of see right here that we are still connected. Once you disconnect from it, then you will know that this will never finish. So you can close this off once it says that it's like there's nothing there. Could not install package, failed to install. Okay, so it looks like it cannot install this version of it. Even though it's selectable, it fails to install it. So in this case, this one that I have selected also doesn't work, which leaves only this one, the 10.00. And I know for a fact this one works. And package installed, and it literally just appeared here. So there we go. Now, just to showcase this, you can open it up. It will open up my browser right here, automatically prompting me to sign in. And they will be automatically connected, and it will function obviously with the application on your phone as well. Now, like I mentioned, this video was dedicated more to Strava, but it will work with different applications as well that are no longer accessible in your WearOS store. So if you used to have some kind of application that you used to use at one point and you can no longer find it, you can now download it from some third-party sites like I was using, which is the APK Mirror. If you have some at once, then use them, whichever one you prefer. But yeah, once you get them, you can then sideload these apps into your watch. Now, like I mentioned also at the beginning of the video, keep in mind some apps I presume might have some kind of like version check where they will just prompt you that you're using an outdated version of it and F off and install the newer version or something along those lines, which obviously if you have an older WearOS, you cannot install newer ones. So that is something to keep in mind, that possibly not every app that you can download that installs on your watch will function as it should, just because they might have dropped support for it. But anyway, with that being said, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and thanks for watching.